Alright, I'm on the top of Bannister Hill in Western Australia, about 100k south of Perth. I've been up here a few times before. I've been up camping when I had my Husqvarna TE630. I've also ridden up here on my Beta RR300 a couple of times, and now I've got my CB500X. For those that don't know, I got rid of the Beta. I moved down to a job where I needed a bike I could commute to work and still have fun in the bush. So I brought this thing. Someone else had already spent the money on it and put on the rally raid stuff. The wheels, the tractive suspension, exhaust, crash bars. Pretty good bike. Quite like it. I get about the places where I took the Beta. Obviously I'm not jumping logs and stuff like I used to, but very good. So since I brought it, I put on a set of risers, and I brought the back plate from Rally Raid and got that delivered, but the rest of it was on it when I brought it. Good things I like about it: suspension, it's really good. Now compared to the Beta, obviously it's going to be a lot heavier, and the front end you've got to be careful of in the loose gravel and soft sands. Wants to tuck and fold a bit, but as long as you're aware of that, it's good. I've also put on pivot pegs. The original Rally Road one's cracked, so I put pivot pegs on. First time I've ever had pivot pegs, and look, they're good. I wouldn't rave about them, but they do the job. Work well with my boots. And also to get to and from work, I needed a spotlight. So I just brought a steady STEDI spotlight, 79 bucks. And I wired it up myself with a separate switch. Do you think I could get that headlight out easily? Not a hope in hell, so I've just wired it up. Got a separate switch there for it. And again, it does the job. It's nothing spectacular, but certainly helps me see the roos going to and from work. Now I used to have, well, I still got it, soft luggage that hung over the back for my enduro bike and my Husqvarna TE630. I just brought this gear here. I brought it because I had pretty good reviews, and it works well. It's waterproof. I've been out in frost, I've been out in rain. Hardly feel it on the back. I've got a pack to go there. I've also got a lot of Krieger gear, so I use that. I've got a tank bag, a tank bra that goes on for my Krieger gear. Parallel twin, so it's a lot smoother than either the Husqvarna or the Beta. It's really good on the highway. 110, 120 can sort of overtake. It's nothing much more after 130, but it does the job. Throttle's good, gearing's good, clutch is really good. I'm quite impressed with the clutch. You can sort of clutch ride and accelerate and do all that with the clutch quite well. The bike came with a big screen, but I put the standard one back on. Big screen's just too much, especially in the bush. It blurs everything and try to look at it. I haven't been camping off this bike yet, but I will do one day. I'll get out and get this hammock set up and do a small video on the hammock. A lot of people ask questions, but I haven't done much. Now the wheels that on this bike are tubeless, but I've got a tube in the front end, and I will put a tube in the back end. This bike leaked through one of the spokes, and when we took it off to have a look, the strip that goes around seals everything was quite flimsy and loose. So I decided to put a tube in, bit more of a guarantee, and I can also let the pressures down a little bit more. At the moment I'm running 15 both ends, and I'll leave it at that on the highway. It's going to chop out the rear a bit more, but at the end of the day it saves pumping the tyres up and down. I always carry a little tool kit in my tyre repair kit, and a pump in there wherever I go. Sometimes it's just on the back. Today I got to do a bit of shopping on the way home, so I brought the big bags. Very impressed. I know Barry from Cross Training and Enduro is looking at a new adventure bike. The SWM he's mentioned, or this bike. This bike's good, but from what I've read, you've got to spend a bit of money on it to get it up. And the SWM is the TE630 basically, and it went really well. I think it'll get down the end of the day of 21-inch front wheel and a parallel versus a single. But nah, loving it. It's very, very good.